back.
Hello there, my name is Ishtari, and it's kind of ironic that the first episode of this season is a double XP episode, because the very first episode that I ever did on this channel was double XP. However, unlike that very first episode, I have no idea what I'm doing this week. You see, I thought double XP was going to be last week, the week that I was away. And we'll get to that in a moment, but it wasn't. It's this week. So that means I have to figure out what I'm doing this week, because it's totally thrown off my plans. Probably not entirely, because the only thing that I really had planned for this week was going to a mascot. And I'll find some way to fit that in still.
That was a lie.
My priority is still getting real levels over virtual levels. So for now, I'm just going to burn some logs while I figure out what I'm actually going to do. Because this probably isn't going to be it. I just don't have enough logs. And even if I did, I don't feel like sitting here all week. So let's talk about last week, shall we? I took a break for 2 reasons. One of those is that, well, it's just a good idea to take a break every so often. Get a nice little reset, get your mind and heart missing the game, and then you come back and you play harder than you were before. But also, I was supposed to go on vacation with my girlfriend, and unfortunately, that didn't happen for me because I ended up with the flu, I think. I never went and got myself tested, but I had a fever, I had all the symptoms, and it's exactly what I remember it being like the last time I had the flu. So instead of going on a vacation, I sat at home and played Pokemon Crystal all week, basically. I did get a little bit of animation done. I changed up one of the animations that I showed off last week on screen now for you to see. But I also did the Retro Wave title card that you saw. I figured it was time to up it a little bit, and instead of using sped up footage or just throwing the title up on screen, I thought, hey, let's keep with the retro vibes and get myself a nice little Retro Wave, synth wave, whatever you want to call it, title card going. Because I had the idea for the opening of that video basically ever since last video. But I couldn't figure out what I wanted the title card to be, and then it hit me, let's just do that. It might change up some in the future as I become better in Blender, but for now, that is it, and I hope you like it all. That didn't actually take as long as I thought it would. Still took a while, though. Let's get to Fort Ferentry because I've got a level in fletching that I'm close to, and I want to go ahead and get that as well. I've got about 500k XP to get. I'm not sure how many inventories that'll be, but I am stringing up some Mark IIs right now. So I guess we'll see. It's interesting to me that to do Mark V bows, you actually just need to use the wood box. There we go. There is the level that I came here for. We got fletching and fire making matched at this point. Both are at 105. And I don't know how much longer that will continue. I need to go get some more logs, eternal logs, because both of those skills will require a lot of them. I'm gonna finish up this bow and go do some rune crafting. I already have the supplies and it loses me out on a little bit of money, but I'm only gonna go there for like 1 level, which is gonna be 150k XP. Hopefully I don't die, and in fact I may not even use the demonic skull. We'll see. Beyond that, I'm totally not sure. There are 3 skills that I want to get to level 120 by the end of this season. We're going to be continuing with Slayer and Archaeology from last season, which I got to 115, which was my goal for that season. And I also want to get 120 Constitution. Beyond that, my other goals for this season are going to be becoming a better mage. Last season was all about becoming a better necromancer, and I'm pretty much there. The only thing that I'm missing that I really wanted to get was the Nexus from Zemo and Vorkath, but they have the new Nexus from Amasket, so eventually I'll have to get my hands on that too. But like I said, primary goal of this season, becoming a better mage. That's what I want to do. I want to become a mage main. Necromancy is nice and all, but it's an entry point, not the final destination. That's done. I actually think I'm gonna go off to do smithing. Last episode of Season 2, I got my hands on a bunch of primal ores, so I can do something with that. And I've also got a bunch of steel bars. Maybe I can get to 110 and just make a bunch of cannonballs to get the rest of the way if I need it. I haven't done the actual math on it, but it looks like I may have just enough to do 2 sets of the burial armor. We'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and just make a bunch of primal bars, go through all of the ores that I gathered last week, or as much as I can, and then I'll go to the Artisan's Workshop and just start making the stuff there. Actually, judging by that first batch, I probably do have enough to make 2. I forgot that you can make more, that as you level up, you make more bars, so that's very nice. So I've done the math, and it looks like I have 6 sets of burial that I'm going to be able to make. I remember the last time I did burial, it basically took all week, so hopefully that doesn't happen this time. Because I would not like to be here all week, even if I get a lot of XP because of it. It is day 2 of the week, and I'll be doing a Amasket some tonight, maybe later on Thursday, which will be day 4. This dumb dwarf thinks I'm going to be doing his ceremonial sword. I haven't managed to get any animation done. I've been going down my script to make sure that I have all the animations I want for that first part. See, this is a problem with me, just in general, is that I just keep checking and double checking everything, and because I just got to make sure that it's good, that I like it, and that I feel like it's good enough for, you know, everybody else too. That's why I changed up one of the animations from last week, because I realized I don't actually like that, and I think I can do it better. So there will be some of that done this week. Obviously, it's double XP, so I'm a bit AFK this week anyways, but I haven't done any of it yet. It is the next day now. Got a few things to talk about. First of all, leagues. How should I approach this? Where should I start? All that good stuff. I'm not really familiar with leagues. I've heard of it through a mercher that I watch. I can't remember his name right now, but he does merching in leagues, and I watch those videos. But what should I do? How should I do it? And I'm actually planning on doing a little series on that. I don't know if I'll just be cutting out this main log right here during that or what. We'll see. How should I approach this? That's what I'm asking you all. Because I'm a role player, I don't really play the game much. Secondly, is that I can finally unlock the Dwarven Instinct aura. And thirdly, I did not go to a mascot last night, as you can tell, because it's not in the video. Was supposed to, but things kind of fell through. Spent all day yesterday with the DDoS attacks, and, well, hard to play the game, you know, when you can't get into it. By the time I was planning on going to a mascot, I could have been able to, but I don't think either one of us really were feeling it at that point. So we're gonna go on Thursday. We'll have a couple extra people to go with us, so should be good.
That was a lie.
I got level 105 last night, and I forgot to record because I was too busy working on animation at the time. I almost forgot to record again. Oops. I heard the little jingle going off and rushed back to the game. 107. I may even be able to get 108. Instead of wasting all my steel ingots making cannonballs that are very unlikely to ever be used by me because I always forget my cannon anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get some virtual levels. Summoning. I have enough bonus XP to get all the way to 120, and I don't think I'm gonna get there now. It might be next double XP or even the one after that. I'm not entirely sure. And at some point, I'll have to head back up there again to Daemonheim, but I want to get Tagus Core Hammer this time before the next time I go up. So, gotta make a lot of money first. Just hit 30 mil smithing XP, and this is the final thing that I actually need in the shop. That I can actually unlock. So that's pretty cool. And I guess if I get another one, I will, don't care about you. Go away, ceremonial sword. I guess I'll, just Luminite injector. That's all I can really do, unless I feel like getting into ceremonial swords. And I don't. 108 is actually going to happen. I can't believe it. I did not think it would. I thought I would get just short of it, but I'm going to get right after it. So that's nice. I like seeing that. I'm almost done with this, and then I'm gonna get right on to doing the Steel Titans. I do not have nearly as many steel bars as I thought. I realized that steel ingots are actually what you need to be using to make Steel Titans, not steel bars. And it's 5 steel bars per steel ingot, so that brings me up to like 700 steel ingots, which is like 1,000,000 XP, which really isn't that much. And that's after double XP and bonus XP, so it really isn't that much. Probably the best thing that I can do is just keep holding on to these steel bars. I guess I will have to just keep hoarding them, and eventually I will have enough. And I'll just make a bunch of steel ingots at some point. Not doing it right now. I have no idea what I'm doing right now, though. As you can see, I've paused my timer because I'm just not sure. So here's the plan. I have plenty of Starbloom seeds, and I went ahead and bought the Supreme Growth Potions. So I'm gonna go ahead and harvest all my Starbloom that I already have planted. I'm gonna ignore the rest of the patches for now, and I'm gonna ignore my animals for now. And just gonna harvest up a bunch of Starbloom and then turn it all into Starbloom armor. And see if that can get me to 110 crafting. I imagine it will be able to, but you never know. I keep having to run to the bank over there by the clan camp. But I can turn, I think, this one into a actual bank chest if I do the hard Falador achievements. So I guess I'm going on a little side quest because I am very tired of having to make that run. There is that one. There's that one. I have the entire set of proselyte keepsakes from my time in the guards. I don't know if this will work or not, but we're about to find out. That appears to be a big, fat no. There is that, and let's go ahead and change that again. I actually have it equipped now, so it should be good, I hope. There we go. I don't think I've ever actually made mind runes before, but here we go.
Easy squeezy lemon peasy.
Alright, let's go actually complete these. So I've got to go to surviving. And that'll allow me to finally not have to walk a bunch of paces just to get to a bank. Ah, it's not surviving himself, it's Squire Azrael. So it's actually both of the deposit boxes that get turned into him, not one or the other. That's very nice either way. And then I can get back to turning all these flowers into thread. Might want to turn back on the timer. If I have done the math right, I should be able to get to 110 crafting. At least I'll hit one major milestone this double XP, right? There's 108 out of the way. Just got 2 more levels. And I've also got 3 more sets that I can make. And that should get me all the way to 110 and even just a little bit beyond. 110? I guess I should have known better than to try and plan on going to a mascot on a double XP week. It fell through again. Not only me, but there were other people. They were too busy doing their own things, and we just weren't able to get it together this week. So I'm gonna keep trying to go next week. We'll see if I can get that thrown together. I have made it known that the interest is there. We just have not been able to get it together. I also haven't really been able to get that much animation done this week, which is all on me. I definitely had the time. But I've been trying to throw some together over the past couple days, so some more should have been playing on screen by now, and I'm gonna try and get through the rest of this section today. We'll see if that's possible. Some of the animations that I made last week can actually be reused for this section, so that's a good thing. I'm up to 14 animations total, including the breathing. The only thing that I'm really concerned about is that there is a section that I have one of 2 routes that I can take, and I can either animate the story out as it's happening, you know, or I can take the easy route and just show pictures of things up on screen. The problem with animating the whole thing out is that to do it real justice, it requires custom assets, which I just don't have. So if I animated that out, it would be all in the, just with game assets, and it would basically be like how it was back in the day when we did the story. There we go, I got 109, and it looks like the Master Crafter here actually congratulates you too. That's interesting. I made it! With 16 hours left, I am happy that I at least got one big thing out of the way this double XP. And that'll do it for this episode. I flitted around Gielinor a lot, but I got 8 levels and 25 million experience. so I'm not too upset about that. I also managed to get the animation for a whole nother section of my role-playing video done. If you like this episode, feel free to leave it a like. If you felt the opposite way, you can do that too. While you're down there, why not comment or even possibly subscribe? I'm on the journey to 500 subs now, so I would really appreciate it. I wasn't expecting any growth on my channel while I was away, or even off of the Season 2 mega episode, really. But we did get some new folks, so I'm happy to have y'all along for the ride. You can also follow me over on X. So until next time, happy games.
Bye, have a great time.